What's up, everybody? It's Nick from MMA Pixels here with Reckless Ryan Attebery. He's about to have a matchup tomorrow night. Tachi Palace fights 34 against Carlos Hernandez. How you doing, Ryan?
Much better after refueling. This is my first real weight cut because my last two fights were at a bigger weight class. So feel great now, bro. Feel happy.
So this is your first pro fight. This is the first time you had the day before weigh-ins. How did that go?
So much better, man. So much better just to be able to get in and get out. We didn't do face-offs. Maybe they heard about my last two face-offs, so maybe they're just like, nah. But yeah,
What time did you weigh in this morning?
uh, like 10:30, 11. Yeah,
Would you?
I came in a point 0.8 over, so I had to go hit the sauna again for like 10 minutes. But I had four scales at home, and all four were saying different things.
So you got to
Yeah,
invest in a calibrated scale, huh?
yeah, we need a real one. I weighed in at 126, so
Was it stressful going into this? Did you have any doubts that you weren't going to make weight?
nah, it was just I wasn't making, I wasn't gonna give him none of my money, but it was there was a first for everything. I think last night was probably where I was tripping the most, in and out of the sauna for the first time. I never really had to do it,
What was that
so
experience
yeah,
like? Did you want to give
it was
up?
hell. Yeah, I felt like I was dying. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
Do you,
My older brother, he's like my mental coach and everything. So he was just every time I walk out, he's like, "Get back in, get back in." So, but yeah, I never was in doubt about making the weight though. I knew I was gonna make it. I just didn't know how or how long it was gonna be. Like when I went to sleep last night, I was at like 27.
what was the first thing you had after you weighed in? I mean, outside of water, of course.
Some chicken Alfredo. That's my shit. I love that. I wanted French fries, but my coach and my brother were sitting right next to me.
So you're 2-0 in amateurs. This is your first pro fight. Have you traveled before for a fight?
uh, just a drive, but nothing like this. This is kind of first experiences. I actually grew up. When I met my coach, we used to go to the same boxing gym. I spent a lot of time at Tachi, so I'm very familiar with everything. It was just my first time doing it.
How was training leading up to this fight? Did you do anything differently because it is a pro fight?
Yeah. Honestly, I know it's cliche to say it, but I'm good at fighting. I got the fighter, but everybody talked about I wasn't working as hard for my fight and stuff like that. So this was honestly the best camp of my life. So I feel good. I feel more. I got cardio. I feel good. Like my last fight, I don't know if you know it, but I came into the fight with a broken bone. I just didn't like the guy, so I didn't want to drop out of the fight. So I literally did no grappling for my last camp.
So what made you say, okay, I'm done with the amateurs. I'm willing to step up my game and turn pro?
Honestly, I mean, I know I was amateur for my career, but I've been training since I was 17, 18 years old. It's an expensive sport, so now I can fund my entire career. So it was always the goal to get in and get out. And plus, at 2-0 with two finishes, my level of competition was going to drastically change. So it's like if I'm going to fight tough opponents, might as well go pro. I was hearing was title shots and stuff like that. So I'm not really interested in amateur titles. I'd rather go pro.
Right. So you mentioned the pay. Are you getting a win bonus?
Yeah, yeah.
How do you
Actually,
like that?
surprised me. They offered me they offered me a pretty good deal
Do you prefer
for a
having
debut.
an extra motivation to win, like a usually double your money, but a win bonus, or do you prefer just upfront knowing what you're gonna make?
Yeah, I mean, I'd rather have a flat rate, honestly. But to me, I'm never really doing it for money. I love to fight. This is what I do. Like this, to me, it's just like people going outside to play basketball. I grew up fighting. I grew up all that. So I never really. The way I look at it, if you win and you take care of business, the money will follow. So it's not really a stress of mine.
Leading up to this, is there anything that you know now that you would do differently for your next fight?
Yeah, I'd probably go to an actual gym and lift weights and get stronger, kind of build my core a little bit more. I've only fought trained like I've never actually been into a gym, so I probably like focus on maybe gaining a little muscle, maybe gaining other, other yeah, I would just probably in an actual gym a little bit more.
How do you see the fight tomorrow night, Thursday, happening?
In all honesty, I see he likes to think he's a striker, but everyone that I just don't see him wanting to box with me. So I feel like after I land a few shots, he's gonna try to take it to the ground, which I have submission, so I'm not really worried about it. But I don't think he's ready for as much I like to fight. And in my experience of just being around, when people are willing to stand there and trade, it kind of demoralizes the other person. Like they don't want that. So I feel if he stands and bangs with me, that's cool. I mean, he throws everything power. Everything he throws is just like power shots. And I'm a boxer. I'm a boxer. I'm a kickboxer, and I got jujitsu. So I feel I feel like I'm gonna hit him a couple times, and he's gonna change his game plan.
Who are some of your cornermen?
Josh Neal is my jujitsu coach. Um, and Phil Payne Collins is my head coach. And then I have my boxing coach and also my brother.
Who helped you
Boxing
out?
coach is Josh Neal and Josh Neal, Tim Robbins. We're in 2-3 practices a day. So like we got MMA in the morning, we got boxing in the afternoon, and then jiu-jitsu at night. So everybody's played their part.
Have you been doing that since your first amateur fight, or have you started training more?
Since the first fight, I've always done MMA and boxing, and then my coach he's a wizard on the ground. But we actually our last fight we actually brought in a jiu-jitsu. My MMA coach, he's pretty well rounded. And then I've always went to my boxing gym. And then after our November fight, we brought in a jiu-jitsu coach. But yeah, so we've always had multiple practices throughout. Yeah,
Let
but
me.
now we got a pure jiu-jitsu coach though, so that's pretty cool. It's another confidence booster.
Has your jiu-jitsu improved because of that?
Yeah, I feel like because I'm more of a lot of the stuff I do is not really textbook. It's kind of just like I get triangles from weird angles, I get submissions from weird angles. So it was nice to go in there and just pure jujitsu instead of MMA jujitsu. So I feel like it's helped my sweeps, it's helped my a lot of the fundamentals like underhooks and just everything just kind of my head. So it boosted a lot. Like I've always had my like catch submissions, but like the fact that we can just focus on that. Because like my MMA coach, like he always says, like go here, learn this, go here, learn that, go here, learn that, and I'll put it all together. So it's nice to have someone who's just pure jujitsu with us. Plus, they
Yeah.
call us Team Pain for a reason. So practices are rough. Smallest person on my team, so the strength advantage. Like my main sparring partner is Chilo Gutierrez, who's a 55er, and so and so like when I fight someone my size, it shouldn't be so much of a big deal. Kind of like I compare it to like putting weights on a baseball bat when you're on deck. You get there, everything's gonna be lighter. Like my team are killers. Like everyone's finishers. So it's like you make it through the training camp, you made it, in my opinion. Like before the fight, I like getting into my opponent's heads and
Did
then give me
have
that
did you see
chance.
him, or did you say anything to him
Yeah, I seen
today?
him. Nah, he won't look at me. Kind of disappointing. But I don't get too emotional. I just try to get them emotional. This shit's fun to me, and I'm not here to make friends. My friends are so yeah. He looked at me once or twice, and I just gave him that stare, and he just looked away. A lot of people
Right
get
on, man.
like I always tell people, it's surprising how much fighters are scared. Very surprising, but it's really nothing.
What's the most scariest part? Like the lead up, The walkout or
I think now right when you first hear about the fight, like right when they offer you the fight, to me that's when I get the most nervous because you don't really know nothing. And like the first time you watch your opponent fight, he always looks bigger, he always looks scarier. But the closer it gets to it, like not to all into my backstory, but I grew up rough. I've been in life and death situations. You know, my friends have been shot, stuff like that. So the fighting's really simple. Like it doesn't really affect me as it would with others.
what the coaching, like being well prepared, gives you the confidence, so the nerves kind of lead.
Yeah, yeah. I think it gives me a big advantage to where like I truly don't care about fighting. Like it doesn't affect me. Like it's really just like playing baseball to me. Like I don't really get too emotional about it. It's all fun for me.
You know? All right, it looks like we lost Ryan, but he'll be fighting tomorrow night, March 29th in Lemoore, California, Tachi Palace 34. If you like this content and want to see more like it, make sure you subscribe below.